So I just want to do a quick check-in because I've been working on this shadow work journal. Y'all, this is not for the faint. This is not for the faint at all. This is not for the weak. This shadow work journal will really, it will touch some areas that you've been avoiding, that you don't want to face. It will re-trigger some wounds. It will resurface things that you suppressed, shut off, and possibly even forgot. You know, I'm 38 years old, and I've been through so many things in my life that half the stuff I either suppressed or I just flat out forgot because it was so damn traumatic. But this book is helping me to heal those things once and for all. Not just suppress them, not forget about it. You know, because when you try to suppress and when you try to forget, traumatic events have a way of resurfacing in your life. So it's important that you try to heal from your traumas, whether it be childhood trauma, whether it be trauma in your adolescence, whether it's trauma from relationships, whatever it may be. It is important to heal so that these things don't keep coming back to haunt you. So that way, if they try to resurface or try to find a way to creep back in, you are fully equipped and prepared to handle it. I'm going to let you know, too, when you're doing this shadow work journal, is you got to make sure that you set some time off to the side to work in the journal and take it seriously. Don't just, answer just to answer. Actually really think about 10:01 on the clock as I'm saying this. For those who like angel numbers, 10:01, look that up. But, really contemplate, meditate on the answers that you fill in. I tend to take this book very seriously. Yeah, I'm the type of person, whenever I do little questionnaires and all that, I just like to answer and whiz through it. I don't put no thought into it, and that's not in all cases. Let me watch what I say. But in this case, in this book, I actually take the time to tend to the details. I sit with it, I process it, and I think about these things because I really want to heal. I don't just want to talk about healing, and I don't just talk about healing. I actually really do try to give it my all and try to heal. And those of you that are on a healing journey, y'all know it is not easy whatsoever to heal. It is hard. It's difficult. It's uncomfortable. It's painful. But you can do it. You can do it. You can master it. But this shadow work journal, I think there's about, hold on. There's 198 pages in this book, and so far I'm up to page 66. Now, I haven't been able to do this journal every day. I mean, if you do it every day, that's on you. Everybody should work at their own pace. Healing is something that can't be rushed. It is something that you do need to pace yourself with. Because if you do too much, then you're going to be overwhelmed and overloaded with the emotions. You do too little, then you going to be, same thing, overwhelmed. Because you're not doing enough. But, just some tips, from my perspective. When doing this shadow work journal, get in a nice place where you can concentrate. I was having a rough morning this morning, and I just said, you know what? With all these emotions, this is probably the best time to do the shadow work. Because obviously there's something there that needs to be healed. It needs to be looked at. It's surfacing for a reason. So, yeah, I suggest doing the journal when you feel low, at a low point. That's probably honestly the best time to do it. Because then you can sit with those emotions and process them, work with them, and then you will come out feeling uplifted, inspired, motivated. Like I said, today I woke up feeling some type of way. Many types of ways. And if I may be honest, I'm a little heartbroken. There's a relationship that I try to pursue, and it was toxic. It wasn't healthy. And I really wanted to try to see the potential in this person. I really wanted to try to give them the benefit of the doubt, but don't do that, y'all. Don't fall in love with potential. Don't fall in love with potential. Because then you end up settling. And with respect to my ex-husband, I fell in love with his potential. And we were married for 10 beautiful years. But they were rough at the same time. It was a roller coaster. It had its good moments and it had its tested moments. It had its traumatic moments. Honestly, if I may say, it was a trauma bond. And, we cordial now. We good friends. There ain't no problems. There ain't no beef. But we went through a lot. And honestly, I think we both, in some degree fell in love with potential. And I want to share that because I have to speak my truth. I can't hold nothing back because I'm worried about what somebody gonna say or how they gonna feel. Whoever watched this video, even if it's him, you're gonna have to feel some type of way because I have to speak my truth. Like I said, the shadow work journal is very helpful. I want to pull some cards to see what messages, may be helpful while you're doing this shadow work. We're going to use the Awakened Soul deck. Because if you're doing your shadow work, then you're awakening your soul. So let's see what my spirit guides and ancestors, what message could you give to us that will help? All right, 2 cards came out. My spirit guides and ancestors said, trust the process. Trust the process. You see that? That's a butterfly up in there. And it's funny, I did a women's group, and we did an activity where we made butterflies. And as y'all know, the process of a butterfly is painful. They start out with, of course, little seeds, and then they grow into a caterpillar, and then they have to go into a cocoon. And while they're in that cocoon, they are forming into a butterfly. And that's where many of us are. We were once those caterpillars trying to find our way, trying to survive the adversity, trying not to get eaten, trying to go through that process of finding ourselves and evolving. And now many of us are in the cocoon. And we're forming into this beautiful butterfly. So the second card I got is preserve. As I said, this is not an easy road. This girl in the race, she looked like she'd run track. People who run track, I ain't never been a part of track, but you gotta exercise. You gotta build those muscles. And that just don't happen overnight. There's probably many people who had a goal to, be first place in the race and they didn't. And maybe many of them probably reached that goal. They probably, end up eventually, after hard work and dedication, reach the goal of winning first place. And congratulations to you if you did that. But you still have to do the work. You got to exercise those muscles so that they can run that race, so they can endure. And that's where many of you are at right now. I don't know where you are in your journey. Many of you are starting out. Many of you are halfway in. Many of you are probably close to the finish line. But with healing, there's never a finish line. Healing it's a lifelong journey. There are things you healed from, yes. But healing is a lifelong journey. There's layers to healing. Don't give up. Don't give up. I know that it's easier to just give up and just go back to comfortability. It's easy to do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I myself, I'm not even going to lie to y'all. I myself be wanting to give up from time to time because I ain't seeing, the progress sometimes. But just because you don't see the progress don't mean that the progress ain't being made. So I just want to just tell you that and give, those words of encouragement, do a little read to see what Spirit Family had to say. That can give us some encouragement. There's a squirrel that keep running across my yard. And he been sitting here the whole time I've been in the car doing some shadow work journal. So many of you who are into spirit animals, matter of fact, anyways, I just wanted to just give a little glimpse of the meaning of squirrel and why I seen this squirrel. I would suggest looking that up. Look up the spirit animals, squirrels, and what that may mean to you. And hope that message and these tips and this video is helpful to you all. I do readings. So if you are interested in getting a reading, holla at your girl. Till the next time, be safe, be blessed, and be inspired. Don't give up. Ayla loves you, in case nobody told you that. Also, don't forget to tell yourself you love yourself.